Previously on They See Me Rollin'. Behind this elf, you see a tall human man.
Jelly looks at this man and her pupils turn to hearts.
They're safer with me. Well, you're a real shit.
Ooh, these two have chemistry.
Jelly is typing out her Jordan Josh fanfic.
I'm gonna take you to a shaman. Her name's Persephone. You see a copper dragon tormenting this older woman.
I transform into a giant constrictor snake.
When you see Persephone, she runs to the dragon and hugs it.
We need to find out all we can about Aliana.
She steps outside and points. You see a giant spire made of marble. Hey guys, you're listening to They See Me Rollin', and as mentioned in our last episode, I just wanted to point out that we are participating in the 2 Pods a Day campaign. That's on Twitter and Facebook, hashtag the number 2 Pods a Day. Check it out. It aims to introduce podcast listeners to 2 independent podcasts every day for the months of January and February. They and us and all of us, we're hoping to give visibility to some of the great indie podcasts that you probably haven't heard of. Hashtag 2 Pods a Day encourages you to listen more, listen indie. And just real quick, I want to give a little spotlight to called 33% Pulp. I've actually stuck to listening to it. I've subscribed to it. It is fantastically funny.
It's a fruit juicing podcast. Basically,
Nope.
they juice
Nope.
different fruits and they judge how much pulp is in the juice.
Stan, I'm not going to, I don't want to rag on the show, but I think I was going in expecting an examination of, of genre fiction, and what I got was an hour and a half long ad for Ninja blenders. It was a very entertaining ad for Ninja blenders.
It's a
but
great
still,
ad.
False advertising.
I actually went out and bought the blender.
I mean, I have 5 right now because of listening to this show. That's how good it is.
I imagine that our listeners are probably going, what the fuck kind of show are they shilling here? No, for real.
These are all
33% Pulp
lies
is about,
that we're saying about it.
yes,
Or are
but what the
they?
truth is, it is 3 hosts take one pulp fiction book, just based on its cover alone, and they split it apart into 3 parts, and each one reads the beginning, the middle, and the end. And each episode they do their part. So it's really kind of funny because the people who read the middle and the end haven't read the beginning, and the person who read the beginning, of course, is following along the story when they pick up. It's really fun. These people are incredibly charismatic, and they know their shit. Sorry to do the shout-outs at the beginning of the show, but that's part of the 2 Pods a Day thing, and we're really into this. So back to the show.
Drink.
Okay.
Ba-da-da-da.
We left off. You have met up with Persephone and Jordan. Persephone, you fought her dragon and you subdued it. Thank you, Skumk, for caring.
That's really Skunk's place in all of this, is to care about things.
Yes, but
Integral to
Give
his
a
character.
hoot, don't pollute.
Yeah, he choked out a dragon. That's caring.
they could have killed it.
I could have killed anything.
You asked to find out where you could get to the palace, and she pointed north. That is where the palace is. And I have also, since then, provided you guys with maps.
And let me just say, for the audience, like, these are beautifully
I hope we
rendered
can
maps.
post these
Just-
maps in the Facebook
Oh,
group,
I'm
so-
posting these maps. Stan, I really think you've done something great here. Like, you are continuing the Dutch distills tradition in simplifying everything down to simple geometric shapes and primary colors.
Like cubism.
Really,
I mean, Pablo Picasso would be proud.
real Bauhaus inspired
Wow.
maps here. Like, it's great.
I'm looking at this map now, and it really looks like something that the Illuminati would make.
So you got my shitty map. In the top left-hand corner, you can see there's a giant body of water.
Perfectly
Is that what that
circular.
is?
Holy shit.
I thought it was the blue sun in this place. And there's a star of David here.
No, Jody, that's a sheriff's star.
Okay.
That's I should say it's a flattened Star of David, but that is the capital city of Tarien.
And then below that, we've got what looks like a bikini top.
For a four-boobed woman.
That little area is the canyon that you pass through, and those are mountains to the north and the south.
Mm-hmm. To the right of that, we have a big, dark-colored square.
It's a big green patch. That's the large forested area where you started.
Okay.
Stan, which one of these maps should I be on? The Riel or the Tarien?
You should be on the Riel for now, because you're not in Tarien yet.
Yeah, that's a spoiler.
Spoiler, you know the name of a fake made-up place.
That we've already mentioned before.
We've got these 5 pentagonal shapes, or 6 pentagonal shapes around the edges.
We also have like 2 little Pizza Huts just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
The little Pizza Hut is where you are right now.
Oh, okay. Fuck, cool. Okay,
that's the hut.
Who's this druid that we're hanging out with?
Persephone.
Okay, so
yes,
Persephone. I want a meat lover's stuffed crust. I gots to have that spicy crust. Really adds a lot to the pizza. And
Persephone says, "I actually happen to have one ready, but I'm gonna have to microwave it if that's all right."
You know what? At that point, let's just leave it cold. It's better.
Certainly. Go ahead and have slices in the fridge.
Can we cook it in the kettle?
Was it cooked already, or is it like a pizza that we're supposed to microwave?
We're just gonna bite into this frozen tombstone.
Is it like a frozen pizza? Because
No, I cooked it 2 days ago. It's still pretty good.
This like? Oh, now I'm just imagining like, is this like in No Country for Old Men, where it's like, yeah, made that pot of coffee a week ago. It should still be good.
I definitely take some pizza.
Yeah, I take out some dank
Roll for deliciousness.
I take out some dank ganja and chow down on this sweet za.
Oh, you have no dank ganja on you.
No, that's what you think.
How would you have dank ganja on you?
This is a new part of
We're going off the rails already.
No, look, this is a new addition
to
Jelly's character. I'm
the
trying out something
Riel.
new. I think she might be more compelling as a surfer, like stoner type.
Yeah, but you're not in Jelly's body anymore.
I rolled a 15 for delicious.
You really enjoy this pizza. It's not the best pizza you've ever had, but it's good.
Is it like sort of a deep dish or thin
this
crust?
one, no, it's hand tossed.
Deep dish is not pizza. That's a fucking casserole. Fight me, people from Chicago.
Okay, so are we still standing outside Persephone's hut, or are we back inside?
Bless Jody trying to get this back on track.
Trying to get us back on track.
Well, you can be where you want to be. I know Skumk went in there to eat that pizza.
All right. Well, I'm imagining we're back in the hut.
I'm just yes-anding him there.
Yeah.
So.
And we're all having fun pizza goose, and Coen suddenly feels a little bit lightheaded and looks down and sees how much blood has been dripping out from under his armor and kind of falls to his knees a little bit.
Well, it's not dripping, it's more steaming.
Oh yeah, of course. The steam has been falling off Coen a lot, and Coen just goes, ugh.
I hand Coen a fat blunt. Like, Coen, have some of this. It's a great anesthetic, dude.
Thanks.
No, do not have weed with you. All right.
No,
And
listen, Stan. Like, it's not weed, but Jelly thinks it is. It's just some moss that she's found.
And Coen says, I don't want to be ungrateful, Persephone, but your dragon took a big chunk out of me. Do you have any healing abilities?
She says, sure, bear with me just one moment. She goes to a little table where some of her supplies are. She takes some little rags, dips it inside some boiling water. She places some little herbs on it, runs to you, and she says, "Where did it get you?"
I just kind of point to all the big holes in my body.
Damn it, Jim.
He
I'm a
bit
druid,
me
not a
here, and then I
doctor.
lift up my shirt at the back. Oh yeah, and then she bit me here, and then I lift up like my trouser legs and go, oh yeah, took a big chunk out of here.
Are you going to do the whole Indiana Jones thing where Indiana Jones gets kissed by...
We're doing the thing in Lethal Weapon where they're comparing scars.
Guys, you know what's even funnier than doing goofs based off of a movie is failing to do that and then explaining what we could have done.
Oh.
Shut the fuck up, Hayden.
She applies it to your injured areas. You feel better. Let's give you a little bit of healing here. You get 20 points of healing.
Nice.
I might need to heal too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you have Goodberry? Like, you can heal yourself for 10, like, right off the bat.
We both can, but
Yeah, wait a minute. Why is the fucking paladin asking someone else for healing?
because we can't rest, and I want to
Because we
try
have
and
spell
save.
slots.
I wanted to try and save my healing for emergencies. I am actually only halfway healed, so I'm gonna have to heal myself some more.
Oh, just conserving spell slots. Yeah, and I just blast off 3 lightning bolts.
You did cause a lot of that for Coen.
Yeah,
Listen.
you
All right.
yeah. To be fair, yes, you did.
To be even fairer, it was amazing, and
You
But-
get 20... she treats you as well, Skumk, and you get 21 points of healing.
listen,
Wonderful.
Cohen, you need to think cinematically.
I surreptitiously, while she's not looking, so I don't insult her, heal myself for another 20 points. just like when she's healing Scump, I go, just look around and then touch myself, and another 20 points of hit points brings me back up to nearly full.
Just really quickly, I am introducing now the concept of exhaustion. I will not allow the 6th level of exhaustion to be death. It will be automatic sleep. And another change I'm making is each long rest that you take will reset your exhaustion rather than only taking you back 1.
First level exhaustion, we have disadvantage on all ability checks.
I do want to touch on that. The first one is disadvantage on ability checks. Second is your speed is halved. Third is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. 4 is hit point maximum halved. 5, speed reduced to 0. And of course, 6, as I mentioned before, is you automatically fall asleep and take a long rest.
So the idea is to get as high a level as possible, is that right?
What causes exhaustion? Just time?
Exhaustion in this particular case is actually can be caused by certain spells.
It can also be caused by certain conditions, like
But
walking a
What
long
causes
distance.
exhaustion in this?
In our context, exhaustion is going to be caused by travel, or just one day in general equals 1 point of exhaustion.
All right.
For example, from where you are to Tarien is 1 day of travel.
Do you think we should rest here?
I say we keep going.
Persephone, as she's tending to your wounds, she says, I think in order for you to get to Tarien, and just in general and traveling around Riel, I think a couple maps might help you out. And she reaches into a book and pulls out these 2 pages. She lays them down on the ground in front of you. One is a large green map with a large circle, a blue circle in the top left corner, 6-pointed star in the top center, and just little points in the very center bottom, as well as a large dark green patch. She says, that dark green patch is the forest where you came from. The large blue area is the lake that services all of Riel. The center peaks, those are the mountains that you traveled through the canyon to get here. You'll also notice that there's these 6 white pieces, 3 on the west and 3 on the east. Those are our famed ruins. Each one of them celebrates a particular god.
Well, I've never heard of them.
Is there one for Bast?
They can't be that famous.
What's a bast?
Bast is the god of vengeance and cats. She's all powerful and beautiful and mighty.
But
And vengeful.
What about butter churners? Do you have those here?
why on earth would we worship someone who churns butter? We don't have anyone named Bast, but we do have someone who's a lot like that by the name of Lolf.
Oh, fuck.
We heard of her. She seems nice.
They're not really gods. They're just really very, very powerful people.
Do you know about somebody who's like an evil Spider-Man
You mean
who's
Venom?
friends with him, with Lolf?
You must...
No, he's thinking of anti-venom.
Salvatarm has let's just say a thing for Lolf that is unhealthy.
Is it sexual?
It's very sexual, and he's kind of a shit, but...
So would you think, so in this relationship, would Salvatarm be the dom or the sub? Because I totally pictured Salvatarm as like a power bottom in this whole... Since the...
See, Lolf doesn't really like him. It never really did. He just keeps going after her like some kind of creepy dick.
Creepy Dick. That's the name of this episode.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got off
Wait,
him.
you got a vibe off of How the hell do you know Salvatarm?
We met him a couple times. He was
How did you meet him and where?
You wouldn't know this just by having met us
around
for, like,
town.
in a few hours or so, but we have a tendency to accidentally place ourselves in situations where some serious shit is going down.
She turns to Jordan and says, Jordan, did you see Salvatarm?
I forgot Jordan was here.
Yeah, Jordan shakes his head and says, Nah, we didn't see Salvatarm. There's no way they'd know Salvatarm.
No, he was hanging out by a castle with legs.
We met him in our world. He came to our world.
Owl World.
She pinches her nose with her hand and furrows her brow and says, Salvatarm is in your world?
Last time we saw,
The gods are supposed to be asleep.
He could be anywhere. Well, somebody woke them up.
She gets upset at hearing that someone woke Salvatarm up. Well, shit, that's not a good thing. The gods are supposed to be asleep. They're what keep the balance of everything in Riel. You need to figure this out.
I would
please.
like to stress among all of this that we were not the ones that woke him up.
Yeah.
We just kind of stumbled into all this.
I believe you. I have no reason not to. Let me put it this way. If you came from Faerun and you're now here and you met Salvatarm in Faerun, then some very serious shit has happened and we need you to take care of it. You already getting in these three's bodies, that's a problem. But I think there's something much worse going on here. You said you were going to find out what Aliana's been up to, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, holy shit. Okay. I hope it has nothing to do with this, but
I'm positive that they are completely unrelated.
I'm sure that's the case. Jordan says to you, you were going to go to Aliana's bedroom.
That's our plan.
One way or the other. I mean, just...
Here's the problem. You're not elves. There's two ways you can get to Tarien. Off-road or on-road. If you take the road, that's the easiest route to get there. However, there's going to be a whole hell of a lot of elves. Off-road, not so easy, but it'll get you there hidden.
Cool thing about being a sorcerer is you get spells. And one of the spells that you get, if you're a particularly talented sorcerer like myself, is called Disguise Self. We could become elves, like just like that if we wanted to.
Only one of you needs to be an elf, but you need well, you do. You have your papers, right?
Yeah, they don't say we're elves, though.
No. That's exactly what you need, is one of you needs to be an elf. The other two of you can be yourselves. So long as you have your papers showing that, you belong to the elf, that you are their slaves, then you're good to go. Where the hell did I get this southern accent?
All of your characters have southern accents.
I know.
Pretty sure Jordan had a southern accent last week, so...
Nah, Jordan just talked like this. He was a rough, tough guy.
He was like a
He was a
cowboy.
gruff boy.
Yeah, he was a
On
cowboy.
on a steel horse he rides. He's wanted.
No, he just
Dead
wants to
or
be a
alive.
cowboy. My name is Ted,
Yeah.
and one day I'll be dead, yo.
The rapping
Yeah.
cowboy.
Right on,
His
Space
name is
Cowboy.
Kid Rock.
So Ted says,
Hey, Ted.
not Ted.
Suddenly, we never mentioned this before, but there's a fourth member of our party, Ted the gnome. He follows us everywhere. He's our butler.
I'm still thinking of the song, I Want to Be a Cowboy, so...
So
All right.
I turned to Ted, our butler gnome. I said, Ted, how do you feel about all this?
So Jordan says to you, as long as one of you looks like an elf, you can get in through the south gate. If anything should happen to you, if you should lose your disguise, go through the east gate. The east gate is where the non-elves live. That's the slums of Tarien. Highly recommend you go there should anything happen to that disguise.
Is it nice?
No, it's a shithole. Oh, shit. I
Oh.
shouldn't say that. It's a shit house. No.
It's a brick house.
Oh,
It's
God.
mighty. It lets it all hang out.
There'll be a new news cycle by the time this podcast comes out. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
It's a garbage pit.
That's my recommendation. I'm going to stay here with Persephone, keep an eye on her dragon.
Not good how?
The slums, how are they not good?
Well, it's Skumk, they're called
Yeah.
slums. I think you can just kind of picture it.
I mean, I can't. Sorry.
Well,
Sorry I disappoint you.
you do disappoint me, Scum, not because I find you like lacking in any way. I just think that I'm disappointed because I know you can do better.
Are they kind of picturesque like the favelas in Rio?
The favelas in here?
Rio.
Oh, Rio.
I was trying to say
You
Rio
haven't
the way the Portuguese say it.
You haven't seen them yet, so I can't describe them to you, and he wouldn't know what Rio de Janeiro is.
Are they like the DreamWorks movie Rio?
Yes, exactly.
No, they definitely don't have DreamWorks in Riel. No, they only have Pixar.
Oh, well, so it's an objectively better world. Okay, nice. Let's just stay here.
All right. Before I go, Jordan or Persephone, you don't happen to have like hidden in a cupboard or something some decent armor? I feel really naked in this crappy leather shit that I'm wearing. I need something solid protecting me.
I feel overdressed.
Well, I have a chain shirt you could wear underneath your
That would be wonderful.
little robe.
That would be really,
Sure.
really great.
She reaches inside of a little trunk and pulls out a little chain shirt. It's like the size of a tunic. You, for a moment, remove your robe, and everyone kind of sees you there topless.
Woo!
And it's very strange. You've got this humanoid body. It's like all blue with the veins kind of lighting up every so often.
Do I have nipples?
Yes, dude. Does
you
he
do.
have nipples?
And they glow.
Holy shit!
What, like,
You have glowing
evolutionary
yeah, you have glowing
advantage
blue
are nipples on a creature
So
that's...
they're young. Can find them in the dark, Jody. It's obvious.
They're my headlights.
Hell yeah. Okay, Coen. First thing we do when we get to town, we are going to a tattoo parlor. We're getting those bad boys pierced.
This is ridiculous.
We've got
Okay.
new bodies now, guys. Let's get tattoos.
in the dark if you use night
Coen is
vision.
really freaked out by his new body. He looks down at his glowing nipples and just is like, "What is going on?"
He spends about 5 minutes playing with his light up
Staring.
nipples.
just in front of everyone in the middle of the room.
You are lean, but you are cut. You've got a nice 6-pack going on there, just like Jelly does.
Hell yeah.
Cohen's starting to get used to it now, and he lies down in the sort of "hey girl" pose.
I hold up a scorecard that just says 10.
All right, so I put the chainmail shirt on.
Can this be a special like elven make chainmail that's just like a fishnet shirt?
What armor class is chainmail? 15, is it?
Yes, but it does not give you disadvantage on stealth check.
Okay.
So you think we should just live here forever or go somewhere? Because I'm fine with either.
You say that and you look around and you see Jelly's not there. You then look out the window and she's already walking down the road.
I silently follow.
Thank you for your hospitality. We'll try and take good care of these bodies and hopefully figure out what the hell's going on.
I make no such promises.
Please do. I appreciate everything that you're doing for us and, of course, for them. Come back in one piece.
To be fair, we stole their bodies.
Well, you didn't do it on purpose, did you?
It was not intentional theft.
Not specifically them. Anyway, so we're heading down the road.
Are we going in a particular direction or did we just walk away?
We're following our amazing map.
All right, I need you guys to roll 1d4.
3.
As you are walking, you really just pass by not a whole lot of people. No one really has any real need to go south much, but you do come upon, after a few hours of walking, a patrol of 4 elven guards. They see you, they nod, and Jelly, I assume you cast Disguise Self?
Yes, I totally did that, Stan.
Or did you cast Disguise Self on someone else?
Stan, we've been doing this podcast for about like a little over a year at this point. Do you think I would let anyone else do this?
Yeah, Jelly has the option to make herself more important or somebody else more important.
Well, do I ever...
That's an easy choice.
Am I ever going to relinquish the opportunity to be the party face? No.
Can you describe what you disguise yourself to look like?
I look like Kate Blanchett.
But on the head of a minotaur. Or on the body of a minotaur.
Imagine like Kate Blanchett, but she's shredded like lettuce. That's what I look like.
Like if Kate Blanchett and Arnold Schwarzenegger had a child.
Like the perfect blend between soft stud and high femme is that's kind of what I'm working with right now.
Just like Skumk.
These 4 guards notice you. One of them, who appears to be the leader simply because he is wearing a scarlet cape, says, "Halt there!"
Hi.
I turn my snapback around backwards. How'd you do, fellow elves?
Hold there.
I stop and I'm like, hey, other elves walking on a road. How you doing?
I'm walking behind with my head down.
That's a peculiar accent you've got there. Never heard it before. Where are you from? There's only one place where you'd be from, but where are you from?
I'm from Dorchester, I am.
The hell is Dorchester?
That's not how it's pronounced in... Never mind.
So, Dorchester.
That's still not...
What the hell is Dorchester?
Oh.
Did he just become Scottish?
That's me, bagpipes. Jesus Christ, give me a second. Okay. Oh, yes, I'm just taking my, just walking down this road, right? And I am traveling with my retinue here. And, just enjoying this beautiful day that we seem to be having here. How about yourselves?
We're great. Let's see your papers.
Jesus Christ, Dan. I see. Boys, fish over your papers.
I pull out my papers.
Yeah, me too. I do it very dramatically because I had them hidden under my wings.
You light some flash paper that your body was carrying, and suddenly they appear.
He hands the 2 papers over to 2 of the guards. Each guard walks up to you. So there's 1 guard in front of Skumk, 1 in front of Coen, and the lead guard says, "What's your name?"
Anthony.
All right. And he slams the paper into your chest, Coen. They're waiting on you now, Skumk.
They're asking me my name.
Yeah.
Why do you do this to us, Dan?
Well, You can tell who I am by looking at the
Listen-
papers.
Listen, look here. I don't appreciate you.
What is this accent?
I don't.
You became Bostonian for a second.
Listen here. I don't appreciate you accosting my.
See?
God damn it. I don't appreciate you accosting my servants like this without due reason. What's all this then?
You should be aware that the law requires all slaves to be outside of Tarien to provide their papers.
And I do believe they have complied with your demands and presented their papers. I trust that they are all in order.
And yet this one is unable to provide us his name.
I didn't say I was unable, I just didn't do it.
The guard in front of you punches you in the gut. You take 4 damage, Skumk.
Damn.
And he says, "You don't talk!"
Bruce, listen here.
You did specifically ask me a question.
Listen here. I do not appreciate you assaulting my servants like this. Jesus Christ, boys. What the fuck is the point of all this? We're just traveling along the road. We just want to be on our merry way.
Aye, laws is laws, lady.
I respect the law. That's why I've ensured that all of my servants' paperwork is in order. Now, if there's anything else that you need, I do believe we'll be on our way, sir.
There is his name.
Can Skumk roll to see if he can remember his name from 2 weeks ago? I only just barely remember.
I will
mine.
allow it.
What do I roll for that?
This was like
Intelligence?
3 hours ago. Like, we should remember this.
Yeah, it was a long time ago in real life, but not in the game, so...
I rolled an 8.
You do
To
not
remember my
remember. You do not remember. The only one name comes to your head, and it's Patrick. You don't say it. That's just the name that comes to your head.
Still, I give
is Patrick.
Skumk a stern look to indicate not to say anything. Say, this right here. Do you know who I am? Do you know what I could do?
Should we ask for your papers too?
I am a free elf of these lands. I am a citizen. And moreover, my family is the
Yeah, let's hear it.
my family is the Orlay family. Noted, no,
The Orlay family.
yep, Stan. No, shut up.
Okay, so you're now in Dragon Age.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the first thing that came to mind, Stan. I'm sorry.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Let's see your papers then.
I snap my fingers to Coen and say, "Oh wait, hand over me papers."
I reach into my shirt. Boss, I drop them. I'm sorry.
I open hand slap him as hard as I can across the face. Say, "What the fuck do you mean you forgot my papers?
I'm sorry.
You had one fucking job.
I start begging on my knees.
You
Please
had-
forgive me.
You can't do the simplest goddamn thing. You have to carry one bag for like 50 miles. Is that so goddamn hard for you to do?
While we're fighting, can I somehow knock the guard into Skump accidentally so he can maybe get a peek at those papers?
Sure, I'll let you roll a sleight of hand check. 16.
16.
All right. I want to know how you do this.
Okay, so I'm like cowering before Jelly as she's yelling at me, and I'm so sorry. I'm sort of backing away from her, and I kind of swing around because I got hit in the face, and I kind of run into the guard and go, "Oh, sorry," and sort of be like apologizing to him too.
Damn it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just kind of run into him and start apologizing to him too.
At that, you do allow Skumk the opportunity to read. You see the name says Alex.
Wow, what a cool owl.
Does the guard hit me or something? I'll take it for that.
The guard seems more concerned with Skumk. He does flash you an annoyed look, but he's been kind of impressed with how Jelly's been treating you. So all he's waiting for now is the name.
My name is Alex, and I'm here to say, don't be mean to Anthony in a major way.
Did I say you could talk?
Slap him, Jelly.
So I slap him. I slap him with a can of Foster's.
When you slap me, my head turns 180 degrees.
We've been waiting for that.
I look at the lead guy and say, I just love slapping him whenever he does that. It's really fun to watch.
The main guard that gives a signal. All right, boys. Madam, you need to take better care of these slaves. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, what can I say? Like, you know how it is. I inherited them, and, inherited people. They just feel so entitled. They think their position is secure.
I love these
I
accents.
know, right? It's just real. It's like drizzling melted caramel into your ears.
In that it is very bad for you.
It's very painful.
It's incredibly uncomfortable.
Well, you have a good day, and we'll I guess you just have a good day. I'm not very good saying goodbye, so have a.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
He just gives you a double thumbs up and walks away.
I shoot him finger guns.
So yes, very good. You got past that encounter without violence.
That was tense. That was tense.
Without violence, there was a lot of violence.
I mean, without anyone
There's
dying.
a fair bit of slapstick.
Spiritual
Listen,
violence.
the most important thing was I was not harmed. So I think we came out on top.
Once we're out of eye shot of the guards, I slap Jelly.
It's just a ball of feathers hits me in the face, and I'm like, ugh.
Remember, not Alex, but Skumk has arms as well as wings.
But he slaps him with the wings.
Yeah, with the wings, it's cool that way.
It's very tantalizing.
Don't slap me, please.
Okay, I won't slap you without your consent in the future.
I do not consent.
I say, Skumk, we've got to be undercover here. Do you know your name now?
Alex.
I love that name.
That's it.
You arrive finally at Tarien.
I'm just sweating bullets.
We're outside the city now.
Right, you are now outside the city.
Maybe we should have talked to Persephone and Jordan to get some good cover names for ourselves and things.
I don't know. Whenever we ever prepared for encounters in the past.
This is true.
All it did was eventually get us killed, so I think we should just keep on going like we have before.
Before you is Tarien, a massive city like none you'd ever seen before. The style is reminiscent of the Spider Palace neighborhood back in Faerun, but this is so much more. You see people traveling in what appears to be glass and enamel boxes that travel independently. There are no horses that you can see, and some are traveling on motorcycles like the one that you saw Jordan on.
I nudge Coen like, we gotta get one of those.
Cohen's a bit freaked out by them.
There is one troubling thing that you notice. Everyone is an elf. There is no one like you within your field of vision. All the shopping, walking, conversations, all of it is done by elves.
I'm just kind of staring, like, with my mouth open at everything.
God, look at all these fucking white people.
They're not all white, but
am I
okay.
right?
Are there drow?
There are no drow, not one drow.
Guys, I think we should head to the slum. This place is creeping me out.
Yeah, this place is weirdly clean.
Stan,
Yes.
is there a just looking on? Is there a particular place that looks more palacey than the others?
Yeah, directly in front of you, there's this giant palace. Like, it's not directly in front of you. It's not like if you walked, like, 5 feet, there's the fucking palace. Like, ahead of you in the center of the city, really the centerpiece of the entire city, is this enormous palace.
So, boys, game plan. We get a job as caterers. Get those sweet white suits.
I'm with you that so far.
Okay. We bust in. We go into a room. We go into whatever the fuck her name is room as room service.
Fill it with snakes.
And fill it with snakes. You're way ahead of me, Skumk. I love it.
I'm loving this Ocean's 11 style cut scene of our plan coming to fruition.
Oh yeah, I just have a suitcase full of porno mags. Just
all right. So I guess we head towards the palace.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should head to the slum and find a place to rest.
Yeah, let's go to the nice part of town, the slum.
Because somebody there might actually be able to help us. I don't feel comfortable talking to all these elves.
Coolers. Let's do it.
You look at your other map.
Did she give us this map?
Yeah, she gave you both maps.
Okay.
She laid them both on the ground.
I pull it out and I wince as it's unfurled. I'm just like, oh god.
There's just like flocks of arrows.
Yeah,
flying in
so
formation.
In the center we have a very acute spire,
it's the cutest triangle I've ever seen.
On the right we have an irregular 5-sided.
I think it's actually a robot snowman. It's got 2 purple eyes. And
it does look like a face
for noses.
if you squint. And I have to say there are a lot of Pizza Huts in this city. Like just a fuck ton of Pizza Huts. Like not even one Domino's, just Pizza Huts everywhere.
That's what people live off in this city because it's the perfect city.
I think like half of this episode is you guys making fun of my maps.
I think so. Okay, Stan, explain this masterpiece of cubism.
Yes, so show me your design, Stan.
All right, so the top center, that's the palace. That pastel monstrosity with a spire in the center. The green portion is the Great Gardens, which is not in front of you, but ahead of you. To the left and to the right are urban dwellings, kind of like the middle class. The one on the northwest, the big red houses, or big red arrows, that's where the nobility lives. And to the one on the northeast, just as Jordan pointed out, that's the slums. The
5-sided parallelogram. Yes. Not parallelogram, polygon.
Yeah,
the brown-gray polygon.
Okay. I say we head towards the brown-gray polygon.
Let's do it.
I can't stress this enough, listeners. Please go to our Facebook group and check out these maps, which will be posted there by this stage.
If you're into cartography,
if you're into architecture, and if you listen to 99% Invisible and love that kind of shit.
I actually just started a geography class in real life, and this is really giving me something to aspire to.
Are you going to post this on Twitter?
Oh, absolutely. Like, this is a masterpiece.
All right, continue, Stan. I'm sorry.
So you travel through the city, and you head over to the northeast, and you get to pass by close to the Great Gardens, and it's this just gorgeous garden with all of these beautiful flowers. And since I don't know the names of any flowers, I couldn't even tell you what they look like, except that they're very big and beautiful, and they're all blossomed, and they're white and pink and purple and blue and red, and
just imagine
like all the colors of Joseph's coat.
That somebody who can barely use paint created these flowers out of a bunch of shapes, and you'll be spot on.
The flowers all look like arrows.
All right, so wait, I got a good way of describing the flowers. They were red and yellow and green and brown and scarlet and black and ochre and peach and ruby and olive and violet and fawn and lilac and gold and chocolate and mauve
What are you
and cream
doing?
and crimson and silver and rose and azure and lemon and russet and
These
gray
are
and
lots of
purple and
colours.
white and pink
What
and
is
orange
this?
and red and yellow and green and brown
I
and
think
blue.
Stan
I
is
think we broke
broken
Stan.
again.
No, sorry, I was just quoting the end of Joseph's coat.
What a quote it is.
Yes, it is.
The eloquence.
So those were all the flowers.
Okay.
So you pass the Great Gardens, you pass the middle-class housing. And the middle-class housing actually is probably the part that reminds you the most of the neighborhood, the Spider Palace neighborhood.
So it's still pretty fancy.
Yeah, it's pretty fancy. It's modern. The only major difference is that they don't have that kind of dome shape to them. They have a more angular or rectangular shape to them. So, but otherwise, it's very reminiscent of that neighborhood. As in, they're also almost all to a house white. And you pass through that neighborhood and you enter into this little small forested area. As you pass through the forested area, it's just a little path. You enter into a totally different neighborhood in the city that looks like nothing else from the city that you were at. Aside from the trees hiding the location, there is nothing beautiful here. The buildings are just wood and metal sheds stacked upon each other, like the favelas in Rio.
Picked it.
Yeah, well, I am half Brazilian, so a little more than rectangular hovels. Still, you see the people of this neighborhood are fairly lively in the public areas. Groups are gathered in conversations, children are playing games using random items and pebbles, and there's laughter. But not one of them is an elf. You see minotaurs, avians, humans, tieflings. Strange people who look human but have brightly colored skin to match the element that makes up their hair. A woman with deep blue skin and a luxurious mane of water. A man with flames leaping from his head and a child playing with the others with earth forming a fashioned helmet. However, you don't see any dwarves, gnomes, orcs, goblins, drow, and certainly no monsters.
How do they react when they see elven jelly?
The ones who do see you as you're just kind of entering in get concerned and they stop. A few of them point at you and kind of start moving away. They're worried about what elven jelly is going to do. Aside from that, to the north, you actually see the walls of the palace. They're sheer and tall, and they actually border the slums, protecting those inside from even seeing any of the city's poor. And surrounding the palace, you see a large moat. And even here in the slums, the moat is filled with crystal blue water. And there's a large kiosk on the near side of the moat. And directly across from that kiosk is a small drawbridge that's pulled into the castle. The kiosk itself has a carved sign reading food and medicine, but is otherwise empty. There are two surly-looking guards on either side of the drawbridge, and in the center between them, built within the bridge, is a small door.
I want to look around and see if anything looks like some kind of accommodation where we could rest. Like, do they have slum hotels or something where you can just slum it?
There's no particular inns that you can see within the slums. It's just these hovels that are stacked on top of each other. And anywhere you move towards with Jelly, as more people see you, they get more suspicious and terrified and move away from you.
I walk away from Jelly.
I say, Jelly, maybe find a phone booth and change back to your normal shape.
Yeah, look for a fantasy phone booth.
Do you want to do an investigation for someplace where you can hide and
Yes,
change?
a fantasy phone booth.
Yeah.
9. 9 is fine. It's not like this place is like really difficult.
9 is fine.
It's not like this is a fucking hidden thing. Because the check would be 5. All right, so Jelly, you see within the complex there seems to be one empty hovel that you could go into. However, you would have to get past a whole lot of people. It would be very conspicuous to head towards there.
You know what, Stan? I just dispersed disguise self in the middle of the street.
As you disperse disguise self and you turn back into a minotaur, you see every single eye of these people, not the guards, they're far enough away, but every single eye in this little public area goes on you. Their eyes get big. They know you're not an elf. They know that you just did something magical, and you see hope. Hey, this is Stan Ferguson.
Hey, it's me, Jody Doyle.
It's me, Ivan Clark.
It's your favorite NB, Hayden.
And we're here just to do a real quick plug for our show that you're listening to. I mean, check us out
Our
on
socials.
Facebook at They See Me Rollin'. Yes, our socials. Check us out on Facebook. We have a group that we like talking with people on. We have a Facebook page if you just want to kind of follow up on our announcements.
Come and see the crazy ass maps that we described during this episode.
Oh, hell yeah. Which you can also see on Twitter, and also follow Hayden's strange ramblings. I actually really love everything that Hayden's doing right now on Twitter, and that's at TSMRcast.
You can also find the map on Tumblr. I'll put it up on there, and I'll tag it map, so if you're listening to this a long time in the future, you can just search that in the tags, and you'll find it.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll have Tumblr content. Nice.
Hooray.
Aside from that, Hayden promised that they would do a song for... What we're doing is a promotion to get more reviews up. For every new review from this announcement, and we first announced it on our Facebook page, and you send us a screenshot of it, Hayden will write a song for you and perform it right on the show, on the shout-out section. So if you've already got a review up, that's not going to count. You'll have to make a new review. You can do it on Stitcher. You can do it on literally anything. Or you can create a new Apple ID and just write another review and put it on iTunes. We're trying to get more reviews.
That's right. Game the system, baby.
Our girl Christine came through and gave us a review. It was amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Christine been great.
Fredrickson gave us an amazing review, and she's been wonderful on our Facebook page. She's just the best. Well, all of our fans are the best, but
she is
she's the first
best.
I had the pleasure of DMing Christina for a very short-lived session that I DM'd.
That
was great.
Was fun, but short-lived.
Well, I mean, I'm a part of 2 other games besides this, so really it was doomed to fail from the start.
All right, so let's hear this song.
I have an unplugged electric guitar. That was the only thing I could find in that short notice. Let's do this. Christine. Paladin of the light.
Yes.
Handing out pamphlets. Converting people to the religion of the sun. Converting people to the light. Fighting sandworms in the desert. Beating up nerds who are obsessed with the void.
Take that, nerds.
Poning nerds. Looking at calendars of firemen.
That was beautiful. Well done.
You too can be immortalized in such a rhapsodist melody if you just leave a review for us somewhere.
Next time,
I promise next time
It's
I'll actually
beautiful.
plan it out.
we might even plug the
This is
guitar
very-
in.
Well,
That was Christine,
my cous-
Paladin of Light.
My acoustic is across the room. I did not want to get it out of its case.
So I assume the references in that song were directly references to Christine in the D&D game you played?
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, she was a paladin of the light. She fought a sandworm at one point. It was baller. And we also found a druid that collected fireman calendars.
Listeners, if you want to be immortalized by Hayden, please give us a review on iTunes and send us the screen cap to our Facebook group.
You could send it to a Facebook group. You can send it to Twitter at TSMRcast. And we actually have an email address that we never talk about, but it does exist. And that's, I think, They See Me Rollin' Podcast at gmail.com, because you can never have too long of an email address. Again, that's They See Me Rollin' Podcast at gmail.com.
Okay, Stan, do you have anything you need to read about the 2 pods a day, or is that all done at the start?
We did that at the start. Again,
Cool.
Check out 2 pods a day. Check out 33% Pulp. Have a great one.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Fly on, you beautiful Nightbirds, and don't forget, fight sandworms in the desert anytime you get a chance.
This podcast was edited by Stan Ferguson. Our music is by Ron Lubavitch. Thanks, Ron. And our story... What are we calling Michael? Advisor?
Our story consultant.
Our story
Our
consultant
legal consultant
is Michael something Raider. What's his middle
M.
initial?
Michael M. Raider.
It's Michael M. Raider. Bye.